the years of college and going through everything, spending my days behind a screen most of the time, I have developed a habit of listening to podcasts instead of my music to try and gain a little bit more of introspection and a little bit more depth into life. I also happen to have an interest in practically every sport that requires a type of body armor. So this has developed in a very extreme sport interest of mine. One thing that I find a lot of people on these podcasts have mentioned and said, or just they've never said it, but it's so obvious, and I feel like a lot of people miss it and a lot of people look over it, is the subtle art of trying. Grab a jar, grab a juice. Today's Tuesday, and I have something to say. Oh, yeah, yeah. Everyone talks about how being humble and having a lot of determination and discipline is really important to any sport. And truly it is. Sportsmanship is the foundation of every single sport, and without good sportsmanship, it is horrible participating in the sport. We've all competed against someone who is a foul, and it is very obvious. It's like a group project. It just absolutely sucks. Like it's genuinely horrible. Just participating in something that isn't fair, that isn't legal, that is just going out of its way to knock you down, and it's very cruel. A lot of professional sports do now have disciplinary action against weak sportsmanship. Of course, things still apply, but I think this really emphasizes how important sportsmanship is. And one of the biggest things about sportsmanship for me, I've noticed how to develop this, is that you have to keep practicing. And this is a very interesting thing. Like a lot of people really do, um, they go to practice and it's an expected part of life, but you have to keep practicing all the time, every day. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit every single day, and you practice off hours on hours as much as you possibly can. Keep practicing develops this hunger and this hunger for more and the hunger for joy, and they want to get better every time. But they're already good, but they have to get better every time. It's like this eternal hunger for just improving and getting better. You're never fully developed, which I think is one of the best parts about sportsmanship. And I think that is definitely something that adds into being humble and being disciplined, is to have that mindset of, oh, yeah, I did great, but I need to do better. And I am never fully developed. Like, yeah, I won the world champs this year, but I can do more. And I want to do it again. And I want to do it better. There's more to me than this gold medal. And it's kind of this skill that you continuously keep honing and crafting. It's only crazy until it's done, you know? So a lot of times people think like, oh, like there's no way someone can actually do this until someone does, and then it's like, oh, well, if they can do it, I can do it. And I guess it's probably not that hard, which is a very interesting mindset I've noticed with a lot of these podcasts of extreme sports athletes and things. They really develop this mindset of, damn, like if I choose to win, I will. And if I say that I'm going to do this, I am going to. I have surprisingly actually heard a lot about manifesting and speaking to the universe your things, like speaking to the universe your things, and also and that era of things, which in the extreme sports that I do or that I watch, that's quite unheard of. Like I never thought anyone would in that particular industry be interested in that, because it's a very rugged, like tough sport. And I thought to myself, like, damn, I never really thought they'd like manifesting would go that far. But a part of manifesting is training your brain to actually find it easy to do these things and find it simple to continue to do this, which leads to the subtle art of trying. So, trying seems very easy. Like, obviously, if you want to be a world champion, you have to start doing the sport first, and you have to try to be good at it first, to try participating in the sport. And the part about the trying is that you have to try to win the world title, and you have to try to go to practice, and you have to try to pick it up and try to learn a completely new skill that you've never heard of. But a lot of people stop there, have I noticed. It's just they get to the point where they're like, oh, I want to try it out. And then when they realize they have to keep trying every time, even if they fail and even if they suck, and even if it's vulnerable and they're being affected and humiliated and people making fun of them, they have to keep trying, they have to keep going. This is where the change shifts. Trying is more than just showing up every day. It is physically pushing yourself through it and being like, yes, these are the outcomes, these are the consequences, but this does not affect my ability to participate and to do the sport well. Humility and embarrassment from failing, from all this trying, creates what I would call grit, you know? So this teaches you, like, oh, not everything's going to go the right way. You're going to be embarrassed. You're going to be humiliated. You're going to be very ashamed of how you look. And you're going to be like, just the world will swallow you whole. That would teach you the grit. Showing up every day and keep pushing through. It sucks. It hurts. Your body hurts. You're pain. You're tired. Your muscles hurt. Whatever else. Whatever else. But you have to keep showing up. You have to keep doing it. You have to have that grit pushing through. The grit of showing up even if you have the flu, the grit of showing up if you have a fever, if you have had a bad day, if you just do not want to, you have to show up all the time. The rage and the frustration of trying every time and having this grit, pushing through, and just not getting to where you want to be fast enough, or not getting to a place where it's rewarding for your body and your mind fast enough, you have to keep pushing through. And this creates the reward. This is what makes that first win so good. Or that first time you actually do it right. So nice and rewarding. First good ride, it restores it in your brain. It makes it better to remember, easier to remember, and just so much better in your mind. It instantly um it's such a big reaction in your mind that it is so easy to remember. Almost like the reverse side of a traumatic experience. Get a really, really good experience, so kind of like zoom in on it and focus only on that part. Which is why the rage and frustration is so necessary, and the grit and the failing and the art of trying, showing up and sucking first is so important. I've also recently watched a video where the person in this video had spoken about why trying is such an essential part and why being really good at failing is very important. It's for this particular reason. You need that to build that up, to build that reward, to build that instant gratification, to build that, I guess, neural line or click in your brain where it just clicks and it's there forever. Never stopping and never stopping trying and never being completely fully satisfied with how you are and where you are. Like, yes, you're the world champion and you've got all these things and it's so great and so amazing. But you have to go home and immediately practice again. Because even though you had gotten the world title that you've been dreaming of since you were a child, it's never done. You have to keep trying all the time. The humbleness and the sportsmanship helps teach you that you are never good enough to beat the game. The game is you. You have to keep stepping up because everyone else is also stepping up and everything keeps stepping up the whole time. You have to keep going. You have to keep practicing. You have to keep trying to push yourself to get better. If you don't push the limits, if you don't push yourself, and if you don't have the mindset for that, then just pure force of just trying all the time, every time, it's gonna be very difficult for you to get really well at something and to succeed at something. So the subtle art of trying is so important and so cool. And really one of the biggest parts of sports that I think a lot of people don't talk about. It is humiliating. It is so embarrassing, but you have to do it. It is one of the biggest non-negotiables of sports. Let me know what you think in the pickle jar down below.